This is what you call a typical ACC blowout, 5-point victory. It's every game in the ACC is just extremely competitive. It's no fluke that those guys went 9 of 19 for 3. They are fundamentally sound. They play extremely hard. They overplayed us and created pressured us so much that we created a lot of indecision on our part. Just about the whole game, we were never really comfortable with their defensive pressure. Our offensive system normally is built to hammer overplays and people pressure you all over the play, all over the court. But it was one thing to practice it, another thing to go against it. The quality of defensive pressure that they put on us, but we adjusted. I thought there in the second half where we were able to get in the lane, create some offense from ball screens, and we were able to get enough baskets to keep enough separation for us to win the game. We had a lot of heroes. I thought we had a lot of big plays in the second half that really made a difference. I thought that David's steal and big layup under pressure was big. I thought Karn's big rebound. I look out and I see we had blocked 9 shots, I believe, our 2 center positions. I thought we got a great play out of our 2 big guys, 22 points and with 10 rebounds and 7 blocks. You take that in the night of the week. We have a lot of guys I thought grew up a little bit tonight and starting to get a feel what it's like to be in these pressure situations, make good decisions, and finish games. So I was very proud of our guys because the game could have gone either way.
Coach, was the way that this game went, they tied the game several times, and you always answered either with a bucket or a free throw. Just talk a little bit about the resiliency that your team showed today, because it was by no means a perfect game from an offensive standpoint at all.
Well, I'm not real sure that I would like to have an imperfect offensive game that I can win. That's okay with me. Okay? Now, in the ACC, you got to give the opposing team a little credit. It's not always what you're not doing, because in our league, you have guys that are well coached and loaded with athletes, and I don't like that word imperfect, because the defenses have something to do with that. I mean, that's just the kind of way it is. North Carolina played a more contained defense. We didn't have that very well. This team came out and overplayed us. And so that's kind of the nature of what you have. That's just the nature of the challenge that it is to be competitive in the ACC night in, night out. That's why I'm very proud of my guys.
Coach, can I rephrase it this way? It seems like every time that they came and tied the game, it seemed like in situations where you needed a bucket, you seemed to get it.
No doubt about that. I think that we got the stops, we got the deflections and steals, and I thought that we had several situations where we executed our offense to perfection, and we were able to get high percentage shots. And then when we missed, I thought we were able to go back and get some offensive rebounds and keep the play going. So we made big play after big play, and I think that shows that our team's growing up a lot, and you like to see that this time of season, this time of year.
Leonard, you fouled him with 9 seconds left. What was the strategy in the huddle? I don't know if you wanted to foul him right away or wait and see.
We wanted to foul under 10.
Okay.
I think we called the timeout with 16 seconds on the shot clock. They had gone 9 of 19 for 3, so it was a 50% chance that they would go and make a 3. And so we rather for them to take a chance to shoot a free throw, and at least we had the ball back, at least at 1 point. Worst thing, we'd have the ball out of bounds with a 1-point lead. Fortunately for us, they missed the free throw and we got the rebound.
Can you talk maybe a little bit about the execution there for your guys to know, okay, it's under 10, it's been 6 seconds, and then to foul when they foul?
Well, I thought that was guys following instructions. So just like the out of bounds play, they had overplayed us so much, and we threw the home run basket and got an easy basket on the other end. That just shows our guys are learning how to execute, they're focused, and they're executing the little things you have to do to win games of this nature.
Coach, dating back to 2016, you guys have now won 48 out of 51 home games. Talk about that accomplishment for this season.
What's the record now?
48 out of the past 51 games at home.
Are you sure about it?
Yes.
Wow. That's I hadn't thought about it, Thanks for but in reality, you just can't. You're proud of that, and it means something. But you have to the league is at such an intense level. You just got to prepare for every game, and hope that you can win enough games to move your program forward. I think that says a lot about our fans. They give us tremendous support. I think our administration has made all kinds of improvements and really supported us to give us a chance to continue to keep moving the program forward. I think it's helped us recruit. You know, how beautiful the arena is now, with all the things that we've added. I think our guys are responding to our fans are responding to our players, and I think we developed a culture that's given us an opportunity, you know, to have one of the top records in the country. We don't try to focus on that a whole lot, but it means a lot. We just want to try to worry about those things we can control. Unfortunately, none of those victories that we've had in the past can help us as we try to move forward. So I try to just kind of stay in the moment and realize that things you can control is making sure that mentally you're prepared. And I thought our guys were locked in today, and if we stay locked in and give us a chance to play up to our potential, then I like our chances from that standpoint.
Coach, you mentioned you've seen some guys grow up lately. From the beginning of the season to now, where do you feel like your team has matured the most?
I thought that we maintained a tremendous amount of poise during a very tight game like that. I didn't see any panic. I thought that their body language was positive. I thought the communication, when it came to the huddle, they were encouraging and calling each other out, challenging each other to do the right things. And those are positive signs as opposed to kids making mistakes. And sometimes human nature sometimes causes you to maybe be a little disappointed. We just have what we call a power clap and 3 second, 5 second complain and move on to the next play.
17 and 19 from the free throw line in the second half.
Wow, that was huge. You know, the first half they went to the free throw line, and the second half we were able to be aggressive. And since they were playing us so tight and all over the floor, we changed to just trying to get downhill and try to attack the basket going north and south as opposed to going east and west, because they were playing us so aggressively, and we were able to get to the foul line as a result of their outstanding aggressive play.
What kind of flexibility does a guy like Terrence Mann provide? I mean, he's someone that's capable of dribbling against the press. He gets offensive rebounds. He can set up others to make plays. I mean,
well, I wish we could take a lot of credit for that, but Terrence came in as a freshman, what we call a stat stuffer, and he affects the game in every way. Rebounds, tip ins, he brings the ball down the floor. He makes good decisions with the ball. He's a positive influence in the locker room. I mean, he's one of the guys that we're gonna look back and realize that he was so instrumental in those 51 games that the young man is talking about, because he's been a part of that success.
Coach, last game you talked about the importance of putting together a full defensive effort and not just playing in spurts. Today, how close do you think you guys were to that?
Well, the first half, obviously, they shot 26%. That's huge. And overall, they shot 40%. But obviously, they're a good basketball team. They shot 55% in the second half. And I thought we were still playing hard defensively. They just made great plays because they're a good team and they got a great scheme in the system. And if I remember correctly, we had like a 7-point lead. They might have hit 3 threes in a row. You know, I think am I correct on that? They hit 3 threes in a row, and I thought we contested them and defended them about as well as they could be defended. But that's the quality of what you're playing against in the ACC.
Leonard, how impressive is it what Trent's doing? Clearly not 100%, but he just goes out there again at 13 and 6 and gives you the defense he gives you 30 minutes.
He's a competitor. He loves basketball. He represents what the unconquered spirit means. He's a Seminole through and through. He's a legacy guy. He has relatives that play. He's an Aunt Lee's cousin. It means an awful lot to him. He's not 100%, but he gives you what he has every time he walks on the court. And that's a true measure of a person's character, is how do they respond under adversity. When things are not going well, how do you respond? It's easy to be happy when everything's going great, when you feel wonderful. But how do you respond when you're not quite at your best? It says a lot about his character and what being a basketball player at Florida State means to him, because he gives us everything he has every day.